everyone. Welcome to today's episode of Archie Speaks. In this episode, we will be talking about Dutch architectural heritage. I hope you all are having a good day. With us today, we have two historians, Satnam Dubey and Ridham Shah. Welcome to our show.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
I'm your host, Dimaki Desai, and I would like to start this discussion with a poem. Made of bricks and stones, their presence is so captivating. Centuries of history to us alone, this artistic beauty is so invigorating. Monuments tell a tale, one that narrates our culture through arches, pillars, and all intricate details, teaching us about the past and shaping our future.
That was amazing.
Thank you. So, what do you guys know about the Netherlands, or famously known as the Holland? And what are some things that you like about their architecture?
Okay. So the Netherlands is very diverse in terms of culture and architecture. Over the years, it has been influenced by the ideas from other nations and it has adapted its architecture and artistic palette in a very innovative way.
Yes, absolutely. And especially architecturally, it has played a very vital role in the Golden Age, during modernism, when Dutch contemporary architecture flourished the most.
Well, I have done some research, so let me share some of my knowledge. I know that there are three types of architectural styles that it follows: Romanesque, Gothic, and Dutch Baroque. Can you tell me the difference among these three?
Well researched. That is absolutely correct. So the oldest type of architecture, that is the Romanesque, that was present in the Netherlands from 10th and 11th century. So this type of architecture has some prominent features like thick walls, small windows, round arches, sturdy pillars, barrel vaults, and decorative architecture.
Yes, and in this period, mostly cathedrals and chapels were built. And a classic example of Romanesque is the Basilica of Our Lady in Maastricht and the St. Peter's Church.
Well, then let me ask a question. What is the most coveted architectural prize awarded to churches with no steeple?
My grasp on Dutch architecture is very weak, so I don't even want to take a wild guess.
The Nobel Prize. Got you there.
Oh, yes.
Wow, by the sound of it, they must look exquisite. Can you tell us about a specific Romanesque monument?
Yeah, one of my personal favorites is the St. Peter's Church. And initially, it was a Catholic church, but later was transformed into a Reformed church. And it holds great cultural and historical value. The monument itself merges the cultures of both American and Dutch people.
Yes, that's correct. In fact, the American Thanksgiving traditions and celebrations are also inspired from the city where this church is located, that is Leiden. Another very interesting detail is that the church symbolically unlocks gates to both heaven and earth.
Wow, who would have thought that Thanksgiving is something more than just being grateful for things? Anyway, moving on. What can you tell us about Gothic Dutch architecture?
The majestic St. John's Cathedral is a prime example of Gothic architecture. Its rich sculptural detail, the big organ, and the cut altar are just a few examples. St. John's was transformed back into the Catholic Church in 1816, and it became the main church in Bishopric once again in 1853.
Before we move forward, I would like to make it clear that these monuments were neither all black and dark, nor they were as big as the French Gothic architecture, but the rich style could compete with anything abroad.
Okay, so I have a question for you guys. What do people in Gothic buildings do with mouthwash?
With mouthwash? That's a weird question. I don't know.
gargoyled it. The last type of architecture style that is left is Dutch Baroque. Can you tell me about it?
Dutch Baroque is a variety of Baroque architecture that flourished in not only the Dutch Republic but also in its colonies during the Dutch Golden Age in the 17th century.
Yes, this architecture has eclectic elements such as the joint order pilasters, gabled roofs, central pediments, and vigorous steeple.
The Noorder Kerk, or the Northern Church, was built between 1620 and 1623 to serve the rapidly growing population of the Jordan neighborhood.
Yes, and the Jordan already had a church, the Westerkerk, but another one was built, known as the Noorderkerk, which became the church for the common people, while the Westerkerk was mainly used by the upper and the middle class people.
Wow, the time flew by very quickly. Thank you so much, Rhythm and Satnam, for being here today.
It's
So
a
that is it
pleasure.
for today. And we hope to have you as our audience on the next episode of Arki Speaks. And thank you so much for being here. Until then, goodbye, take care, and don't forget to wear your masks. Hi everyone, welcome back to another episode of Arki Speaks, where we talk about architectural heritage of the world. And today with us, we have two renowned archaeologists, Anvesha Patel and Misty Trivedi. Welcome to our show.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Without any further ado, I'm going to tell the viewers about our topic today. So we will be talking about the modern architecture in Netherlands.
The Netherlands has been a torchbearer in the field of architecture for centuries, and it continues to be, even in the modern times.
I completely agree. And as the saying goes, while God created the earth, the Dutch created the Netherlands.
So, do you know about the Hovering Eindhoven, Netherlands?
I wouldn't have had you here if I knew about it.
Let me tell you about it. It is a floating roundabout composed of discs suspended by steel cables. This Eindhoven-based bridge acts as a suspended cycle path, the first of its kind in the world. Since 2012, it has become a favorite place amongst photographers.
Oh, I love photography. So maybe we'll have a small tour there sometime.
There is a cycle path in Netherlands which is famous in the whole world, and it is known as the Van Gogh Roosgaard cycle path in Nieuwen. Dutch designer Dan Roosgaard designed this sparkling path for cyclists between Nieuwen and Eindhoven in celebration of Vincent van Gogh's 125th birthday and as a tribute to the Starry Night painting by the great artist. Dynamic paint was used as a coating for thousands of stones that line the path. The paint absorbs daylight and emits it as fluorescence over an 8-hour period at night.
That is so cool.
Yeah, and another masterpiece in modern Dutch architecture are the Dutch windows, which are believed to be designed to foster the interaction between the inside and outside, an open culture for which the Dutch are well known. It is also observed that people in tight-knit neighborhoods leave their curtains open or do not have curtains and decorate their windows with statues, vases, and fake flowers.
So that is it for today, and hopefully I will have a small tour to Netherlands. Thank you so much for coming to our show, Misty and Anvesha.
Thank you for having
Thank you for having.
We will meet you in the next episode of Arki Speaks. Until then, goodbye and take care.